Hello everybody, this is Arctic here once again with a video review over the Prybar. So a Prybar is a LMG weapon that can be used either for the tank or even the Wraith. So this has a red dot sight, not many LMGs have it, and it has this exceptionally low fire rate and damage kind of potential for an LMG, and it's definitely not one of the best LMGs out there. It's actually one of the worst, honestly. Its low fire rate bonuses actually just make it one of the worst, even though the damage is kind of there above some of the more LMGs, but the fire rate kind of out DPS the Prybar itself. And one good thing about it is it's scoped, and it can actually like aim at kind of higher distances. It's kind of harder to hit with some LMGs compared to the Prybar, but you don't really use your scope at all. You're more of an LMG player. You're using your hit fire most of the time, and in the end, it's going to be better if you use something along the lines of something like a hooligan, or even a bulldozer, or even the most OP one, the brute. And that's why you just don't really use a Prybar. The best thing about this weapon I found was probably the reload speed about this gun. The reload speed is really nice, it's really quickly, and since you have such a high bullet count, this is going to be a great weapon for just basically sitting by somebody's spawn door like I was doing in this match. But if you get another Wraith and he has basically a better LMG, you're going to get outclassed by damage unless you get your first shots on him. And then sometimes it just won't even make a difference. If you're going against a tank, along the lines with something of a better LMG, you're still going to get out DPS since he's so tanky. And this really only works for classes that aren't doing that LMG build that you're going to be doing. So while looking at the stats of the Prybar, you're a lot less kind of efficient with stats, and the Prybar actually has lower range than it should have for its basically gun, and it has lower fire rate. When you're using a Wraith or a tank, you always want higher fire rate. The more higher fire rate, the better the LMG basically. And the Prybar, it has one of the lowest fire rates out there, and it also coupled by one of the lower lower powers for the adjoining fire rate. So when you're like looking along the lines of a sweeper, it has one of the higher fire rates in the game, but also low damage. And the Prybar, it just doesn't really have that trade-off. It has a low fire rate and low power. So basically, it's not gonna be very viable for a tank, and you'd rather use something with a little bit higher fire rate kind of thing. And then when you're looking along the lines of the range, it's just really low compared to something else. And that's pretty much all I have to say about the Prybar, since I don't really like it, and it's really, if you can make the gun work, then you can make it work kind of thing. So enjoy the rest of the video. See you guys next time.